What's the deal, baby? Y'all know it is the big boss out, boss dog K-Po through the dough. Here to talk to the boxing. So, real quick, I'm remaking this video because a lot of y'all say y'all couldn't hear me in my last video. I'm gonna keep the other one up there, because you can hear me a little bit. But I'm gonna try the best I can to basically re-say what I said in that last video. So basically, this is a remake of the backlash that Terrence Crawford is getting is due to his own actions, right? You may be like, what you saying, boss? What I mean is, Terrence Crawford is the one that pulled out of the fight with Errol Spence, right? Terrence Crawford is the one that sat there and said, I'm not going to fight Errol. I'm going to fight David Evanesian, okay? Terrence Crawford is the one that chose money over legacy, okay? Right? That's just facts, okay? In him making that decision, right, it's made him look bad, right? Also, ever since he made that decision, every day he's been doing his best to try to get everybody to see that his reason for ducking Errol was valid, which is false, okay? Right? There's no excuse for that, right? Every day he's saying something about Errol Spence. He has a fight in 2 weeks, in 3 weeks against David Evanesian. He ain't worried about David Evanesian. They even had a press conference yet. And he's talking about Errol Spence. That's a problem. You know what I mean? That lets me further know he knows that his decision that he made was not the right decision, right? He feels bad about it. Because if you felt like in your heart you made the right decision, you're not going to sit there and say anything about it. You're going to be like, hey, I'm fighting David Evanesian. Which I feel like that's what you should do now. I feel like Bud Crawford needs to be like, I'm fighting David Evanesian now. You make that decision, that's what you need to stick with. You decided, hey, fighting David Evanesian for $10 million is best for me, right? Now, what Terrence Crawford fails to realize is it not only makes him bad, it makes everybody associated with him look bad. Because Terrence Crawford, regardless of how he slices and dices it, he has to understand that he is a brand. He is a business, right? Terrence Crawford is a business, right? He is an entity, okay? So when you sit there and you make decisions like this in your business, in your place of work, in your entity, this makes you look bad, okay? This makes you look horrible. This makes everybody associated with you look horrible. Because now you put these guys in position where they have to vouch for you. You know what I'm saying? And Terrence Crawford is emotional. If somebody on his team be like, man, I ain't rocking with that, he gonna get mad and probably fire him. Think about this. Terrence Crawford even admitted. He said, when he did his Instagram Live, he said, man, I even got people on my team questioning my decisions. So I had to do this live to kind of clear some things up because it's people on my team that are questioning the things that, this decision. That's what Bud Crawford said. Which means there's people in his camp that's like, hey man, this don't look good. You shouldn't have, you running for some smoke? But I told you, it's his ego. Right? The reason why this fight didn't get made, in my opinion, is for two reasons. One, Terrence Crawford couldn't control the situation, right? Two, Terrence Crawford feels he should get 50-50 based off his past accomplishments. If you notice, Terrence Crawford always talks about what he did in the past. I was undisputed at 140. I did this at 135. I did that. What did you do at 147? Absolutely nothing. But get one belt from Jeff Horn, and you've been holding on to that one belt for the past couple years, over 3 years. Right? That's the facts. That's truth. You ain't risked your O. You ain't put that belt against nobody else. As far as them having a belt, nothing. Right? Another thing. If Terrence Crawford, right? Because I'm cooking now. If Terrence Crawford, right, The pound for pound fighter. He's pound for pound. Right? Wanted to smoke with anybody, any champion from PBC. Why didn't he align himself with those to get those fights? Right? Prime example. Terrence Crawford had an opportunity, okay? Twice. His contract expired, right? What did he do? Re-sign with Top Rank, right? Because Top Rank, they got their witness protection program, right? They handpick his fights. Terrence Crawford wasn't saying, oh, I want to fight this dude. He wasn't saying nothing. Bob Barron even admitted. He said he wasn't asking me for these fights. It's different when you say stuff publicly. But when you go in Bob Barron's office, you say, hey, I ain't fighting again until I fight this dude. You not even asking. You never asked him. Right? And like I said, I'm a firm believer that old white Jewish mafia mob boss man got nothing to lie about. He 90 years old. And one thing I know, two things for sure. The older you get, the more honest you get. That's all I'm saying. So, at the end of the day, Bud's actions has brought forth this backlash. This has nothing to do with anybody just randomly just dry hating on him because we feel like it. No. This was brought on him based off his actions. All he had to simply do, sign a contract, fight Errol Spence. That's it. If he's successful, he'll get praise. Think about this. If Bud Crawford was able to defeat Errol Spence, think about the praise he would get. Think about the fans he would gain. Right? I'm already a Bud Crawford fan. But I'm picking Errol to beat him. This ain't personal for me. But at the end of the day, these Bud buddies, they make it personal. They say stuff like, oh, when Bud lose, I'm going to come back to your channel. Come back to my channel. Oh, when Bud win, I'm going to come back to your channel. Come back. It's not personal to me, bro. You know what I mean? Y'all in love with this dude for no reason. You know what I mean? We talking boxing on here. All we doing is pointing out facts. We pointing out the obvious. Bud Crawford repeatedly has made poor decisions off of ego, off emotion. And I'm telling you, it's going to catch up to him. I already made a video saying he's Demetrius Andrade 2.0. But, in my opinion, he should just drop that belt and retire. Or fight Jake Paul. Or fight KSI. Trey Songz. Drake. I don't know. But leave those belts for the people who really care about their legacy. Because there's dudes out here who fighting for their legacy. They fighting to be remembered in the sport as a great. And Bud is a great fighter. But he's going to have this asterisk forever on his name that he ducked Errol Spence. That's just what it is. Forever. Like, forever. He going to have that. They going to bring that up every time. I'm telling you this. This is not going to go away. Every time they going to bring that up. You could have fought Errol Spence. Every time. I'm telling you this. The backlash that he getting is well deserved. I wish they did this backlash with Canelo. Every fighter deserves this type of backlash when you're not doing what you're supposed to do as a fighter. That's just facts. When you're not fighting the best, you deserve to get backlash. There's no excuse why Terrence Crawford should have pulled out that fight. It's no excuse. Right? And for the people who talking about, oh, man, when Terrence been trying to fight him for 4 or 5 years, that's bull jive. And even if that was true, you had opportunity to resolve it right now. But because it wasn't going his way, you see, Pay attention. Because like I said, my mind is in communication. Pay attention to the stuff he's saying, right? And his actions. I'm a boss. I make my own decisions. Earl can't do what I do. I sit at the table. It's all about ego, bro. He ain't even talking about no shit that's relevant. He's talking about stuff that's irrelevant to contract talks. I'm a boss. I can sit at the table. Stuff that bigs up his ego. He's not talking about factual information or stuff that's relevant to making a contract happen, right? Because if Bud understood, you need representation, right? You as the fighter are the fighter. You get your representation to go and basically negotiate terms and things in the contract. Then they come to you and say, hey, bro, this is what they offering. You say, nah, tell them this. And that's it. That's how it's done. You don't sit in a room with the other fighter and, yeah, I want a man. No, I want a man. No, that's not how you do it. I don't know what he thought, but that's not how you do business, bro. So like I keep saying, man, the backlash that Terrence Crawford is getting is well deserved. Boss gone.